Welcome to YILDIZ Readings 5D. I'm a psychic medium. We are here to do your guided messages for this month, as well as I am going to be covering weekly energy for your zodiac signs pertaining to romance. So if you do want to have a look at those, please click the bell. Also keep an eye on the community tab where I update you of regular content that has been uploaded. Very separately, we have the Twin Flame Collective Energy that I'll be coming to you monthly with, and feel free to join us for all the super chats. So please sit back, relax, enjoy the channeled messages. If you have any questions, please write them in the comment box directly below, and if you're wanting a booking, the information is within the video. Love and light, guys. Let's get into the read. We'll have a chit chat while I'm getting things ready. Number one, you're getting a psychic reading. Number two, we're having a ruin. So we're collecting a ruin. I'm going to look for it in the book, and we're going to have a chit chat while I am monopolizing on my time. Good old Mercury retrograde. We are having a Mercury retrograde this month, Scorpio. So we're going to channel your messages for this month when I can find the ruin in the book, and tell you what's up in the hood. Now, there is romance incorporated in this video, and I'm also going to do a week by week energy update for you, how it's going to affect your romantic life. Yes, we're having, it can feel like a Venus retrograde, but it's really not. But it's Valentine's Day this month, so we will be tuning into those energies separately, as well as weekly love, if I can keep as organized as possible during Mercury retrograde, because it affects technology. So number one, you do have Jet as a crystal, as a crowning energy, and it is in reverse. Now we're gonna briefly touch on the fact that there are benefiting days that are making beautiful aspects in astrology, very separately, as well as we're going to be having a new moon in Aquarius. And around that time, you can have really beautiful things happen. Ironically enough, it is happening during the time that Mercury is retrograde, but we're also going to have Venus entering Aquarius. Now, let's have a look at how these energies relate, as well as what's coming up in the ruin and your reading. The next moon phase will be the full moon in Virgo, and that's happening on the 27th. And both the moons are going to be this month at the critical degree. So they're going to be huge changes. For you, Scorpio, let's have a look at where... Okay, 5th house placement, that makes sense. I'm just tuning into it. Number one, big things surrounding home. Big plans, big things relating to your daily routine can go AWOL, I'll just say. But you're going to find balance. You may have expenses relating to home come up. You may have new findings relating to home. Items may need to be replaced, but if you're having these big plans where you're like, okay, does this home resonate with me? Do I want to upgrade it? Do I want to change it? As it goes direct and mid-month, you can apply those and it can turn out better than you thought. But it can become a very busy time. So your home could become a social hub and you're thinking, this is really affecting my life. You also could have things relating to home coming up. Separately, you also have the amplification of Mars and Taurus. So your relationships and your contracts, there can be this push-pull energy going on during the month. And you do have Jet in reverse. Now, I'm going to read from the actual crystal. I'm always divinely protected. I know I am safe. Now, again, that's home. That's stability. So I do feel for many of you, you can be looking at, some of you could be looking at security. You may be looking at, okay, do I have the roller shutters? Do I have this? Do I have that? Is home stable? Do I have a backup plan? Because Pluto's making aspects as well. What are my new findings? What's my reality after the fact, but it's moving through? Now, this can also be psychic protection where you feel a little bit vulnerable, and what those vulnerabilities are can be inner child related, but it's looking at what that means to you, but it's going to be a process through the month. You may find healthy boundaries come up this month as well, because we are having a reflect upon splits in the collective, because Aquarius is the humanitarian, but it's tribe, it's our hopes and dreams and aspirations. For you, it falls in the domain of your hopes and dreams relating to your daily routine, your home, what home means. It can be something very spiritual to you on the internal. You know, 9 times out of 10 when we are learning subjects relating to home, we're giving a lot. It's giving to individuals, and it's trying to find that healthy give and take, and not taking us away from ourselves. So ironically enough, through that process, you tend to find that home ends up initially being on the inside, and then it manifests on the outside, and you can have shifts. But it's about being able to be stable in those formats, with or without, but the changes with it, if you know what I mean. So it would be a good time to do a home clearing, especially because you have a lot of activation in that. Great time to be putting crystals around your home, doing a gin removal, smudging it, as well as family subjects coming up. The crystal also does connect to anxiety. Sacral chakra started being activated more from a stability point of view and a fatigue point of view by the end of January. We did have the full moon in Leo, which was heart chakra activation. It's passionate, can be very, but there can be blockages relating to that, of compassion, understanding, give and take. It was a full moon, which can be frustration, which can be flowing over to the month of February. Plus, with that Mercury retrograde, we can have crosswise. So we do need to be patient and understanding. Now, you may find groups are splitting and new groups are coming in. Old people from the past can come back if you did have a family-related dynamic that hadn't healed. You may find at the moment subjects relating to that can come up in the month of February to be healed, and you will quality system it. If give and take isn't there, I feel you'll get that balance back too. Release anxiety, anger, jealousy, frustration. And that can be the evil eye energy. That's why I said get the gin sorted, you know, in a sense of a gin removal, a home clearing, and smudging it and putting crystals to balance it. You can put salt at your front door as well. Deflect negative energy. We can be used mirrors at the front door to create that chi energy, and look at feng shui if it's relevant for your home. Practice meditation on a regular basis. Invoke divine protection, improved abilities of the mind. Now, uniquely enough, because it's Mercury, you will find you're more 3D than 5D. What does that mean? You may not have enough time to meditate. It can be a very busy time. You can find with energies coming into the home, from a psychic point of view, you can tend to get tag on energies. So what do I mean by that? Tag on energies, let's have a look at this. Yes, and it's coming up in your ruin as well. Black, Tumblr, get protected, protect the house. So in a sense of an energy, if you have young children, for instance, and they're very empathic, they're very sensitive to vibrations, they're going out, they're going to school, they're socializing with people, they're coming into the house, it can be your family, your friends. Old energy is coming in from their frequency, and it's like your home is like a battery. It starts charging, and you'll find that you can feel fatigued, you can feel run down. It's a good time to actually wash your mirrors down, because energy can get blocked in there, and it can start kind of projecting out into the environment. So getting that home clean, becoming organized so your month is more organized, looking at your paperwork, but smudging it and noting when the energy shifts in the environment. That's always a good time to go, okay, I think I need to smudge. I'll use Palo Santos, I'll use sage, white sage, guided meditation to regenerate that energy. And to balance in that metal ox here, which is occurring the following month, you can use yellow in the environment, as well as wearing it, as well as clear quartz, and that's going to balance that energy and attract good luck towards you. Let's get into the ruin. Now, the ruin that you have, let's see if it's in the upright, number one. Oh, okay. What are you guys up to? It's in the upright. You're about the only zodiac so far. All of them really have been in the upright, but a lot of them have been looking to the past, and I do feel you're trying your very best to just move forward. And again, because you're the element of Pluto, you're like, okay, it's over, I need to move forward. Sometimes at an emotional level, we can be that intuitive that we know what to shift it and what to do. There can be conflict coming up in the first week, but I'll tune into that in a moment. Now, this relates to Saturn. Now, Saturn currently is in Aquarius, as well as Jupiter. There's expansion, and it's falling in your home zone. Home, family. Now, the colour is black. It does link to earth and fire. Both of those elements are playing out at the moment. Okay, personal needs, self-preservation, intervention, Spiritual needs, deliverance from distress, self-mastery, transcendence. In the reverse, greed, excess, impatience, extinguishing of the inner fire. And I feel whatever circumstance was playing out last month, I feel you're actually addressing it moving into the month of February. But I can see how some of these things can go up and down because your crystal's reversed. Yes, your ruin's upright, so that's what you're moving towards. But it doesn't mean that there can't be circumstances playing out that need addressing, and that kind of can take you up and down through the month. Let's have a look at how the read's going. Now, the first thing that is coming through is Mercury, which is funny. Thus, the reason for the blue lipstick. I'm trying to communicate effectively, hopefully, with love and understanding. Now, you're coming through with transparency. There could be a subject in the beginning of the month that you need to address that on. And it may be throat chakra orientated, but it could be to do with family and children. Also your viewpoints and your values on situations. There could be a meeting of some degree. And again, this could be having a meeting at home. This could be looking at some sense of document and getting ready to sign a piece of paperwork. And if you're feeling something feels off, please pause. If you can wait till March, better. If you can wait till after Mercury retrograde, would be better. If it's something you've already started and it's to do with something that you need to do, because I'm seeing a woman, it is 9 energy. And the 9s are about hermit mode. And hermit mode, where do we do hermit mode? Probably more than likely at home. It can be just an internalization of things. But this can be, I'm seeing 2 energies play out. One can be a meeting directly resonating with work and employment. For some of you, it may be that you're needing to express a truth. Somebody's asking you a question. Some revelations can come up, some hidden information. Something may be hidden from you, or you haven't been able to share your side of a situation. And we've got 2 here, transparency. You're really guided to be as transparent as possible. We can't change what other people feel, but we can come to the table with our truth. Now, it doesn't mean that our truth is the only relevancy. I'll say that because it is a Mercury retrograde. And when there's a story, it's from our very own perspective of a viewpoint. And if we do, when we're healing, it's really healthy to take an objective standpoint, and we have to know how it feels for us. Sometimes we feel guilt, and that can be because we feel the other person is deserving or a victim. And sometimes it can be on the polar opposite spectrum of things where we are the victim in a circumstance. How this is working out, you do need to be objective, but I do feel there's throat chakra and there's communication in relation to this. So whatever this is, some of you are signing a document. Some of you can just be starting new employment. Others of you, whatever it is, it's important. And I do feel in the first week, it can be a little bit tense and icky. When it does come to relationships on the 6th and the 7th, it can be testing. We also have Venus in Aquarius as well. So not only do we have Mercury retrograde, we got Saturn and Jupiter. So it's responsibility, it's expansion and growth and moving beyond, but it's also relating to all facets of life with people. So your brother, your sister, your mother, your employees, your employer, your peers at school, it's everybody. So we will be looking at the bigger picture and how we stand in it, and we can feel a little bit overwhelmed in the first week. So if there's conflict, I do feel you could be looking at bills, you could be looking at documents, things that have been missing. Double check your emails, change your passwords, because we do have a lot of subjects that could be hacking, missing emails. It's Mercury, I'm just saying. Separately, in the sphere of love, I do feel some of you may actually receive a letter. There might have been a letter you wrote or a letter somebody else wrote, and you could be looking at this piece of paperwork. This feels like an old piece of paperwork. I'm feeling 2 environments. You may have lived at one location and moved, and this letter may have come with you. Now, I'm seeing different seasons as well. You may have been very passionate about a situation at one point, and you may actually revisit this. This person could be revisiting you. This person could make communication with you. Be it you're coupled or single. Mercury retrograde, we have blast from the past come back. And again, you know, the passion energy, something's changed. Something in you has changed. something that hadn't been healed is coming back to be re-healed. Now, it can be from a friendship sense. It doesn't have to be that this person you allow to be turned back into romantic interest, but I feel it's more, no matter what, be it it's with your current connection, it's with a previous love interest, like I said, marriages, contracts, partnerships, it's everyone. You've got passion in a reverse relating to love, but it's more to do with the fact that we just left the full moon in Leo, and I do feel you guys are trying to sort out a blockage. You're trying to sort out a value system, an experience that you maybe didn't know some information about, or they didn't know. And I think it's like you're coming to the table and actually saying something. This is how this made me feel. But it's almost like the speaker's on you. You may have felt that you needed to move away, hide away, keep away, or you may have been in hermit mode relating to this and feeling it didn't reach its potential. Whatever that is relating to love right now, you can be having those hard conversations. Look, I do like this, I don't like that. Do we have enough time for each other? Are our hopes, dreams, goals, and aspirations on the same page? How do we bring this ship around? So in the first week, I do feel those circumstances coming through, and I do feel you'll be really transparent. You may have actually found some information out maybe that you didn't like or don't like, and again, it's an exchanging. It doesn't feel that it's something that's been done to you. This could be a past tense dynamic, but I do feel there's a lot of communication. This second week, the way you're showing up is, again, it's crown chakra, it's third eye, it's visualization, it's having some ideas. Now, this could be due to a fact that circumstances could be a bit testing. Now, more towards the 11th, you'll find really, really great aspects happening, but in your love life, maybe your romantic interest sees your perspective, which around the 11th to the 14th, we're having Valentine's Day. Perspectives can be coming full circle. You may be having dreams connected to this person, and in your own domain, you may feel a little bit of blockages, but it's not over. You will feel amused because it's going to turn out a lot better than you thought. And it's to do with an old subject. I feel it will almost be a creative venture that you had going on. And you'll actually be really amused because I do think it'll flow a lot better than you actually thought. And I think it'll be quite a surprise. If there was something you'd put your money into and people owed you money, I feel it's coming back to you. If you had poured energy into your work, something will benefit you, but you're not seeing it. You're really in detachment with it. You may feel that nothing's going to change, and I feel by the second and third week you can see real benefits of this. Somebody also may note you and give you a compliment. That could be a real surprise to you, and it really, sets your world on fire, so to speak. It does feel like a surprise. I do feel somebody giving you a quirky gift. And I also feel that this romantic interest wants to see where things go. There's this visualization experience. I do feel there can be a romantic liaison. And I'm also feeling imagination, really tapping into that energy of where can this go? What should we do? Being in the energy of manifestation, but it does feel that your romantic interest is looking at you in a fashion that they want to see where things go with you, and maybe seeing your viewpoint. Some of the behavior could really come as a surprise. You may have not expected a Valentine's Day gift, but it feels like some sense of a surprise is coming. And this can even be from a friendship, but I'm feeling from your romantic interest, coupled or singled, whoever you're tuning into, the way they're looking at you, it can be of that moon energy that they're really embodying, that their emotions with you can be very deep and they're wanting to spend that with you. But something's a surprise to you by the second week. Now, on the third week, you may be really being quite critical towards your health, your diet, stress levels, healthy boundaries, and really wanting to detox and throw things out. So if you find suddenly you're throwing things out, you're organizing, you're getting things in order, it's around the time that we have Mercury going direct, and you can find that You've still got that creative tension, but you know what needs to change, and there can be a subject yet again coming up relating to home because it is grounding. Good time, each week if you can, gauge the energy in the home, kind of your foundational related things, when it comes to your money. There's ways you can balance it and attract it. But something in a foundational sense, if you're having lower back pain, do a base chakra balance, especially if you're needing to get rid of something emotionally. I think it can be coming up in your chi energy. So pay attention to what you need to let go of. And there could be some grievances and frustration and a lack of motivation or inability to be home, which is taking you a bit off kilter. And I think it could be your schedule, the amount that you're trying to actually achieve. So make sure you're having that nutritious diet to actually, not a martini, a green martini maybe, but something healthy, organic. That can help you stay vital in vibration. Now, we're having a lot of Pisces and Virgo energy by about the third week. So you can be tapping into what is healthy, what the give and take is. Where do I spiritually feel I'm at, i.e. But definitely paying attention to your health, to your vibration, to your vitality to get the best out of circumstances. You, again, in love, maybe viewpoints are making you feel a little bit testing. Maybe some aren't seeing your perspective and it's making you nervous, and there can be, although it's direct, there can be crosswise. Don't misinterpret just because Mercury's direct that no crosswise happen. Pain body experiences can exist inside us and they can show up when they like. So again, if you're needing a detox and you're feeling over emotional because you're tired, note it as that. Try and address that on a different day. You may find that, romantic partnerships, love, maybe a little bit of codependent energy of need can be coming up. But ultimately, you may not be seeing eye to eye, or you might not be able to see them. There could be a lot of busyness happening on both sides of the fence, and there can be a temporarily instability, but it will be corrected. And I do feel you're just looking, both of you potentially could be looking at your value system surrounding this, the fatigue and the burdens externally that you're addressing in order to make situations happen. Now, some, yes, in this month, if we really, really have crosswise, I just feel point blank zero, you're assessing your personal needs right now. Yes, we do need to look at the other person, but unless we put our mask on, if the plane's going down, we can't help anyone else. So like the laws of attraction, you're sort of going, okay, I need to get grounded. I need to get my health in order. I have too much on my plate. Am I looking after my well-being? Why am I feeling certain ways? Real great week to journal and see what's coming up. Especially in a sense, if you feel you can't articulate your truth and you have too much going on, through a text message. Do it from a loving point of view. Tap in and connect in with those individuals so that you feel connected, but you also are able to address the things that, are blocking you at the moment. Now, on the fourth week, a lot of sacral chakra. This can be fear-based frequency. It can be deep passion, pouring energy into things. You can get depleted. So balance your orange chakra. I'm feeling it to be yet again very, very busy. And, you're pouring energy into your passion, but you're also creating very healthy boundaries. It may be, hey, I have a lot of chemistry with you, and I think both of you are. Point blank zero, but I don't feel it's towards each other. I feel it's towards external energies. If people are needing upon you a lot and you haven't had a lot of time to spend with each other, or, and that's been separate or connected, for those of you that are Scorpio, I do feel there could be, again, very assertive energy coming through, very firm. Different vibration for Scorpio, but you're tying loose ends up, and definitely you and them with your external situations, you're creating healthy boundaries, and you're actually really mirroring each other. One could really be quite busy at with family-related dynamics, and Scorpio, I don't think it's you. I think this is the other person's side. And you personally can be dealing with, again, you know, that desire, that wanting for certain things, and addressing those dynamics where you're having this need to have a connection with a person, maybe even an exchange, and to have some healthy boundaries with individuals. Now, I do feel some of you may experience some external manipulation this month. So it can stagnate things, but it's almost like you're wanting to stay indoors. You're wanting to keep away from people that, and yeah, you're wanting to jump on it right away, not procrastinating, wanting to jump on it right away and have our needs met. That's all I'm hearing. It's very matter of fact. It's like, I'm wanting my needs met. This needs to be addressed right now. Yeah, I do feel by the end of the month, I do feel a lot of you will really know what you want. Very much. It's quite funny, Scorpio, because the way it's coming through, you know, this vision I'm having of you guys, it's almost like you're telling this romantic person how something's going to be, but it's in a playful way. It's in a loving, romantic, sacral chakra way. It's like, okay, it's now. We need to have some quality time. There you go. That's a confirmation. We need to have some quality time. Now, I am going to do the romance reads week by week, providing time permits, but the way it's looking, and it's happening. That's me. I make it happen. I do feel seeing it weekly will be unique. Now, be patient with yourself on the first week, because yes, paperwork and uncomfortable energy of communication can come up. You may have a surprise by the second week, especially around Valentine's Day, in some shape or form. How that's going to play out, please tell me how it applies. The third week, getting real. Really, really getting real. Maybe some crosswires in your connections. That can also happen in the first week as well, but it flows and you have movement. So I don't feel it's going to be completely a problem. Just go into self-awareness. Wounds can come up on the 9th where you feel that you're unable to address them. So be careful yet again with communication and projection energy. Journal. And by the time we reach mid-month, you can also go into your psychology, your health, your well-being, and the vibration. Clear your house. The laws of attraction will balance things out. Sometimes we can feel things are happening to us, but they're happening for us. So try and have faith in that process. I wish you the very best month. Please stay tuned for these additional messages, and I will come to you and update you when those romance reads are up. There will be extension, and I will tune into what the outcomes are going to be and what the circumstances are playing just with love with the tarot and my psychic energy. Now, a very punchy update. We do have, as I said, the member zone. Very separately, please click the bell, because I will put the info in the community tab when the romance reads are up, and also when I do come to you live for the twin flame, the astrology updates, the moon energies, and more. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, we do have the member zone, as I mentioned, and it will have in the future, it already has pre-release videos for the zodiacs. Very separately, we also will have the extension reads in there and the twin flame coaching. Also, if you're needing a booking, the link is directly below. Otherwise, feel free to join me for the super chats during the month. I answer your questions at the end of all videos. Love and light, guys. I'll talk to you soon.